Seeds of Wisdom RV and Economic Updates Friday afternoon, the 11th of April 25. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Good afternoon. Dinar recaps. China imposes new tariffs, blames US for global tensions. China has responded sharply to US President Donald Trump's latest tariff hike, calling the United States a joke and imposing retaliatory tariffs of its own. As European Union leaders prepare an unusual visit to Beijing amid growing global trade tensions. Xi criticizes trade isolation. China responded forcefully on Friday to a dramatic tariff increase by the United States, announcing a 125% tariff on American goods and calling the U.S. approach to trade economic bullying, the Times of India reports. The move came just hours after U.S. President Donald Trump raised duties on Chinese imports to 145%, a decision that Beijing said violated international trade rules. In a statement, China's Commerce Ministry accused Washington of turning the tariff dispute into a numbers game, stating that such actions lacked economic rationale and only served to undermine U.S. credibility. The successive imposition of excessively high tariffs on China by the U.S. has become nothing more than a numbers game, a ministry spokesperson said. It merely further exposes the U.S. practice of weaponizing tariffs, turning itself into a joke. China imposes new tariffs, blames U.S. for global tensions. The Times of India report explains that the new tariffs will take effect on Saturday, according to China's State Council Tariff Commission. The Chinese government emphasized that the action was defensive in nature and framed it as a necessary response to what it called completely unilateral moves by the U.S. On Truth Social, Trump proclaimed, "We are doing really well on our tariff policy. Very exciting for America and the world. It is moving along quickly." During the interval when he temporarily halted certain global tariffs, he added that China remained in the crosshairs, based on the lack of respect that China has shown to the world's markets. The Times of India further noted that President Xi Jinping also weighed in, saying China is not intimidated by external pressure. Speaking with Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, Xi declared, "There are no winners in a trade war, and going against the world will only lead to self-isolation." European Union officials reportedly set to visit Xi in July. Yuan weakens. As the standoff escalates, Bloomberg and the South China Morning Post, SCMP, reported that top European Union officials are reportedly preparing a rare mid-year visit to Beijing for talks with Xi. Citing 5 unnamed sources, the SCMP disclosed that the visit could take place in late July, breaking with tradition that typically sees the Chinese delegation travel to Europe. The move signals the EU's interest in aligning more closely with China on trade, especially as it faces potential fallout from the US's aggressive tariff strategy. Xi has urged European partners to unite in resisting what he called unilateral bullying. Meanwhile, China filed 2 complaints with the World Trade Organization, WTO, to challenge the legality of the US tariffs. While Xi prepares for diplomatic visits to Vietnam, Malaysia, and Cambodia in a bid to strengthen regional alliances amid mounting tensions. As of April 11, 2025, the Chinese yuan, CNY, has exhibited a modest recovery in its valuation against the US dollar. Just 2 days prior, on Wednesday, April 9, the yuan slipped to depths not seen in over 17 years, settling at 7.3498 per dollar, its weakest close since Dec. 2007. In parallel, the DYX dollar index on Friday registered a 3-year low against a composite of major fiat currencies, touching 99.314 in the early trading session. XRP set to explode? Ripple and SEC file joint request. XRP shot up almost 3% in the past 24 hours after Ripple and the SEC submitted a joint filing for a 60-day pause to their appeals and cross-appeals. Black small square Ripple and SEC pause legal battle, signaling a near-final settlement that could reshape crypto regulation. Black small square XRP trades near critical resistance at $2.10, with RSI and Bollinger Bands hinting at an imminent breakout. Black small square The SEC withdrew its appeal in March against Ripple Labs, sparking settlement rumors. American fintech firm Ripple and its cryptocurrency XRP are once again the center of attention in both legal and market circles amid a notable development in the legal battle against the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. At press time, the cryptocurrency is trading at $2.02, up 2.83% on the day, with technical indicators hinting at a potential trend reversal, as per CoinMarketCap data. Legal clarity in sight. A 60-day pause toward settlement. Ripple and the SEC have jointly filed a motion to place their respective appeals and cross-appeals in a 60-day temporary suspension, suggesting both parties are edging closer to a settlement. According to the filing, the pause will give them time to finalize an agreement in principle that could resolve the lawsuit completely, pending approval from the SEC. This marks a crucial development in the landmark case that began in late 2020, when the SEC accused Ripple of conducting unregistered securities sales via XRP. The case has held major implications for how cryptocurrencies are regulated in the United States. A changing political climate, sparked by the election of President Trump, appears to have softened the SEC's stance on crypto overall. In recent months, the regulator has dropped lawsuits against other major crypto firms such as Coinbase and Kraken. Last month, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse revealed that the SEC had already withdrawn its appeal against the ruling that said the firm's programmatic XRP sales didn't violate securities laws. Ripple, in turn, has decided not to pursue its cross-appeal. With both sides easing up and aiming to conserve resources, the groundwork is laid for a negotiated conclusion to one of crypto's most closely watched legal sagas. XRP price analysis. From a technical standpoint, XRP is currently navigating a critical juncture. The daily chart reveals that the price is hovering just below the 20-day EMA at $2.10, a key resistance level. A clean break above this could catalyze further upside momentum. The Bollinger Bands are tightening, with the upper band at $2.50 and the lower band at $1.77, indicating a period of volatility compression. This often precedes a breakout, though the direction remains uncertain. A move above $2.10 with strong volume could see XRP test the upper band around $2.50, while rejection could drag it back toward the lower band near $1.77. Meanwhile, the Relative Strength Index, RSI, is at 44.61, with its moving average at 39.76, still in neutral territory but edging upward. This suggests that momentum is gradually building after a prolonged cooldown phase. If RSI crosses above 50, it could signal a bullish shift in sentiment. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: dinarrecaps.com